specialize in creating and bringing your ideas from concept to reality. For more information on products, pricing, and more, please visit us on the web at fourwallsllc.com or call us at 856-650-6556.
All right, welcome back to segment 2 of our show today, our Super Bowl preview segment. We are happy to have on the line Coach Joe Warren with us. How are you, Coach?
Glad to be back, even though after my last segment, I didn't think I'd be here.
Listen, with the knowledge that you were able to provide for us, and like I said, I know that you have probably some great betting odds for us today, I'm assuming, and a lot of thoughts on the game today too.
Randy, so many thoughts. I just want you to wind me up and let me go.
All right, Joe. Well, listen. You know what? With that said, I'm gonna crank, and let you go. So let me get your thoughts.
I'm going to take a deep breath, and away we go.
All right.
First off, I want to apologize to my millions of listeners. If you are still licking your wounds from the Buffalo Bills 401k lock of the year, I've got a special offer for you. I'm going to give you the rest of the season free of charge.
That's funny.
That's free of charge. 1-800-COACH Joe is now free of charge, 100% guaranteed Super Bowl lock.
All right.
Let's see.
Now, when I sat down to examine this game, it's a real head spinner. It totally is. I think Vegas is right with that number 3. It hasn't moved in 2 weeks. That means the professionals that set the line are very happy with where it's settled at. They're getting action on both ends, and Vegas will collect the VIG, and the lights will stay on. Don't worry about that. Mandalay Bay is safe another month. Now, when I broke down this game, you have to first of all look at the Kansas City Chiefs' battered offensive line. I've heard terms this morning like ramshackle offensive line. I've heard chicken wire and duct tape offensive line this morning. It's a concern. It is a concern.
Well, Coach, is the center still out due to COVID?
For whom? Tampa Bay or for Kansas City?
For Kansas City.
No, he was cleared. Is that
Okay.
the guy that was sitting in the? I believe he was sitting in the barber chair when the barber popped positive.
Yeah, I mean, that's a wild story.
That's
That's
I
crazy.
believe his name's Kilgore has been cleared to
Yes.
play.
Yeah, go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry. Continue.
No, I enjoy it. Challenge the coach. The coach loves a challenge. Now, if you like Kansas City today, let me tell you why. Okay? Kansas City, on average, pressures the quarterback 36% of all passing plays. They're bringing the blitz. That's second most in the NFL. And you might not have known that Tom Brady was ranked 27th in the league under pressure. He had a 10.6 QBR, which in the business means, of course, quarterback ranking. So when the Chiefs bring the pressure today, Tom Brady's not going to have success in that situation. Now, my good friend Chris Jones, who's a defensive tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs, he is the second best interior pass rate this season, only behind Aaron Donald of the Rams. Aaron Donald was just given the DPOY yesterday. Well, my buddy Chris Jones is going to be the Aaron Donald of this game, and he's going to look to get a lot of sack lunches on the goat this afternoon. Here's something else you need to know. Tampa Bay finished this season with the 28th ranked rushing offense at 94.9 yards a game. Did you know that of the 54 Super Bowls we've had before today, only one team has ever won with an average of under 95, and that was your 2011 New York Giants. So that doesn't
That's
bode
all I
well.
need to hear on this
That doesn't bode
show.
well. Now, let's say Tampa Bay wants to pressure Pat Mahomes and that offensive line. They better be careful. Here's why. Pat Mahomes led the NFL this year with a QB rating of 75.6 when the blitz is on. That's tops in the league. That's dangerous. That's very dangerous. Here's something else you need to know about my good friend Pat Mahomes. He has won 12 straight road or neutral site games.
Okay.
And let's say Tampa Bay gets out a little bit today. Don't you worry. Pat Mahomes is 3-1 in his last 4 games that he's been trailing by 10 or more points.
Okay.
So there's no need to panic today if you have the Chiefs. Now, I got a funny story. I'll take just a minute.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, I went to my friend's house, and he has a 10-year-old son, just like I do. And the little boy said, hey, Coach, who'd you take today in the game? I said, well, I have my reputation on the Buffalo Bills. He said, Buffalo Bills? Everybody knows the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win this game. And I said, sit down, Sparky. It's 9-0 Buffalo, and I'm getting 3 points. Before I could finish my first appetizer, it was 21-9, and my reputation was going right down the sink. I felt awful.
Oh, no,
I
absolutely.
felt awful. Now, let's say you woke up this morning like the public. I can't bet against Tom Brady. He's the GOAT. And I've got some stats to back that up. Here we go. The Chiefs have allowed a league-high 77% red zone conversions. That's worst in the NFL. And Mike Evans today has 9 red zone touchdowns this season. So if you're looking to take $20 on first guy to score a touchdown today, you might want to play Mike Evans at 9-1 for $20. That would get you 200 right back. Not bad for listening to Coach Joe on the Let's Get It Live podcast.
Oh, no, that's a good one. Listen, I know I put in a couple things, but I have a long parlay that I can bring up. That's wild, but you know that's how you have the.
No, let's talk about that at the end when we go over the prop bets of the segment here.
Sure, go ahead.
Now, if you like Tampa Bay, you woke up today probably knowing this stat. This is the 5th time that a wild card, like the Tampa Bay Bucks are, since 2000, have made it to the Super Bowl. Now, here's a 100% stat for all my listeners. The 4 times this has happened, that the wild card has made it to the Super Bowl, guess what's happened? The wild card has won the game. That's 4 for 4, 100%. Tampa Bay is the 5th team to do it, and they're going to look to keep that stat at 100% today. So if you like the GOAT, you know he's 41-17-1 versus the spread as an underdog, bringing home the win in 36 of those contests. That's unbelievable, 75%. Tampa Bay has covered their last 4 against the spread. This is just these stats. I hope my listeners still don't know who I'm picking yet. I'm trying to give you I'm trying to paint a picture for both teams. Now, before I give you my pick, here's some tidbits you need to know. The favorite has covered 2 straight Super Bowls, 3 out of the last 4. The AFC has won and covered 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls. The team that's favored has won 35 of these Super Bowls. Tampa Bay is currently sitting at 4-5 against the spread. Not Tampa. Tom Brady is 4-5 against the spread in his first 9 Super Bowls. However, we all know he's 6-3 outright with 6 big rings on his fingers. Let me pause here and ask the panel a trivia question. That'll help you out today, yeah?
Okay.
There have only been 2 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks that have won as an underdog. Does anybody on the panel want to take a shot at who those 2 guys might be? Only 2 quarterbacks have won multiple Super Bowls as an underdog.
Multiple.
Multiple.
Okay.
My fault, yeah.
Eli?
Eli is 1,
No doubt.
and you're going to have to be an old school Eagle fan to get this next one.
Well, I don't know. Not Jim McMahon, no. Because it no.
Jim somebody though, Mr. Bryce.
I have no idea.
No, wait a minute now. Jim. Come on.
This happened when I was in first grade, 1981.
I don't know who them bums are. I don't know who them bums are.
Well, the reason I give you that clue is because it was Jim Plunkett of the Oakland Raiders.
Jim
Plunkett. Oh,
you know,
maybe
our camera woman
right.
is a Raiders fan,
Yeah,
but,
she is.
so she was
Yeah.
shocked off by that too.
Right.
Yes, the underrated Jim Plunkett.
And
So
underrated
Eli
Eli Manning too.
Yeah, well, that might be for another show. Now, Tom Brady today is attempting to become the 3rd quarterback to join that exclusive club. Because when Tom won his first one in 2002 against the Rams, they won underdog that game to the greatest show on turf.
Yep.
And now today, Tom in his 10th Super Bowl enters as an underdog, so he'll be looking to join that elite company. Now for the pick.
All
The
right.
moment all my listeners have been waiting for. Are you ready?
Yes.
We are ready.
Today, Chiefs -3 with an over-under of 56.5 will go like this. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will cover the spread, but Kansas City Chiefs will win the game 31-30. Everybody's happy. The GOAT will cover the spread. The Chiefs will take the cheese.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, that's
That's how I see
interesting.
it. This
That's
game
interesting.
is 2-50-50 for me.
No, I think it's
Las
going to be a
Vegas knows what
fantastic
they're
game.
doing.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those Super Bowls, Coach, that I think everyone is, even if you don't have a dog in the race, is just excited to watch what happens.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
I know that, like I said, last year it was an exciting game. Like I said, with the Niners and the Chiefs, but this one is, like I said, the old goat versus the new goat.
Right.
Well, I'm not willing to call Pat Mahomes a new coach just yet. Just a couple of years ago, Carson Wentz was the new goat.
Was the Niners last year? Oh.
Yeah, that's how unmemorable that Super
Oh,
Bowl
wow.
was.
Is that, oh,
I'm sorry.
I,
wow.
I said the same thing. I didn't.
Niners?
We were talking about it
I thought it
before.
was golf.
No, that was
No,
2 years
okay, that
ago.
was 2 years.
Oh, golf was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No, but Coach, like I said, it's like I said, I think that, like I said, it's back and forth. I mean, it's just going to be such a great game. Now, let me ask you this, and I've been asking everybody this: do you think that if Tom wins, he goes out, or no? He has a 2-year contract with Tampa, right?
Yeah.
If I'm Tom Brady and I'm married to Giselle and money's not a problem and I'm set for life, why would I go back out and risk potential injury? And a sad part of the story, John Elway started this trend back in the day. You go out on top, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Right off into the sunset. It won't get any better than this.
No, it won't, because like I said, if he's able to come to Tampa and bring them a Super Bowl, it's like you said, it's the ribbon on an amazing career.
And let's be honest, he's been leaking oil down the stretch. He had 3 interceptions last week that were not Tom Brady-esque.
No.
He can't get away with that today.
No, not at all. Now, outside of on the field, I'm going to ask my panel here too. What's your favorite Super Bowl food? Super Bowl snack?
Will have to be my wife's cheese and shrimp dip.
Oh, that does sound.
that
Oh, that
sounds
sounds
We're
good.
gonna be looking to get into a little shrimp queso dip around 4 o'clock.
That sounds good.
That sounds good.
My wife makes meatball sliders
Ooh,
That sounds good
that
too.
are it's she's homemade. It was tough for me to leave today because that's what the smell
Oh.
was.
Well, with the,
Yeah,
and these are nice comfort foods, aren't they? With the snow falling
for
outside,
sure.
oh, absolutely.
meatball sliders, you got your queso dip, you got your wings in the corner.
Yes.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah, that's definitely on the menu too. With some buffalo meatballs, some provolone, some meatballs. Jay, what's your favorite go-to Super Bowl snack?
I don't have a go-to snack. I kind of just let the drinking dictate where I need to get some snacks at. And if shit looks good, then I'm gonna eat it. But if the dip is looking like ain't nobody touched the dip, then I'm not touching the dip either. So I'm
You
more
know,
on
the
the
first one in the pool, that's right.
I'm more of the, let my drinking kind of dictate, where I go. So because
And what would your drinking choice be, Mr. Bryce?
back then, well, now I'm drinking John Walker, Black Label.
All right.
So, or Hennessy or anything brown, pretty much. But yeah, I mean, I just like some beers or some Corona, a little high test Corona extras and stuff like that. It's all good. So we just let that dictate the food. You know what I mean?
I agree.
It's a no pressure day.
It's a no pressure.
And
And
it's
listen,
nice.
as long as I went to somebody, I hope they're not listening. I'm sure they're not listening. We're not friends on Facebook, but I went to somebody's Super Bowl party way back in the day, and they had this. They kept saying, "Bryce, eat the pasta salad." I said, "Okay, let me have some of this." Now, when I saw the pasta salad, it just was like, "Oh my God!" It was just pasta though. Like,
So what do? They open a box of rotini and then put some mayonnaise in it?
no, bro, there was no rotini. It was like spaghetti noodles. But I
What?
think that, yeah.
That's it?
Everybody do things differently. So I said,
Well,
yeah, so,
that's when you're the away, and Coach Bullock will know this, when you're the away team,
Right.
you gotta dress in their gymnasium.
that's it.
That's the truth.
Yeah. But you know what? But I always go by what my mama told me and my family tells me. You know what? Listen, before you go to people's house, you better eat before you go.
That's true. Now,
So I always eat before I go anywhere.
absolutely, but it is. It's with the. I mean, up here, like I said, in the snow. And now, what did you get, Coach? Did you get an updated forecast? I know last I saw there was rain chances here today or not here, but.
If you have a 10-year-old son like I do, we expect you to wake up to a winter wonderland, and it looks like we're just gonna get an afternoon of wintry mix.
Oh no, but I was going to
This is
say.
heavy snow, not a sledding snow, it's a wet snow. It's just a bust. We kind of called the weather as good as I pick football games.
It was a Snoopy slushy snow.
Right, the Snoopy snow cone slush.
So, for, like I said, for our listeners, like I said, for everyone watching today and our viewers, this morning we're showing us start at 11. The snow came out. I saw the snow. I wasn't that comfortable with driving out here. We were going to do Zoom. Jay said, "Oh, well, even you got that nice truck.
You got a big
and,
truck.
and you're scared of the Snoopy slushy snow." And so I said, "Okay, we'll make it happen." There's Cameron Woman was out here. Marcus was out here. So we're here. We're doing it. No, but I was going to say, Coach, with the forecast for the Super Bowl, did you see the most recent update?
Now I'm expecting a beautiful Tampa night. Are they calling for rain or everything?
I saw it earlier in the week, so I'm going to check on it real quick. With that said, Coach, I know obviously said how's your season going?
Well, we're off to a rough 0-5 start. We haven't been in what you would call that many games statistically. However, we turned the corner this week. We're learning the game the way it needs to be played, and the next time I call in, I expect many more wins under my belt.
Absolutely.
But right now, 0-5 to answer your question.
Okay,
5-0 versus COVID.
Coach, I'll say, hey, you got 5 games, and so that's a win right there.
Absolutely.
That's what I just tweeted out to my tens of followers last night.
No, absolutely. But like I said, I think with all the coaches that we've had on, like I said, and obviously, Coach, with you having us on, and Marcus with you coaching, like for right this year, just to be able to get the games in, to be able to have a season for the kids, that's a big thing. Once again, remind our viewers again where you coach at.
Oh, I'm at the Pennsylvania Royal High School.
Yes.
And you know what? I just want to say that I don't know about you guys, but it feels like, and I could be wrong. I don't really read the numbers, but it feels like things are starting to get a little better. Does it feel that way a little bit, or maybe just because we have normalcy, that we're involved in some normalcy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I don't even really look at the numbers anymore.
I don't either.
So I don't know.
I think what it is, like I said, is we are back to a little bit of normalcy. We have a lot of distractions now with sports season starting and all the the school being back, school sports being back in effect.
And I think not to cut you though, Randy. I thought I read something, and I know I'm sure you guys can't really kind of touch on that because that's more for as I say, people that swim in deeper waters than what I swim in. But I thought I read something where they said that you could now have crowds a little bit.
Well, yesterday we were involved in a senior game at Clayton High School, and they've allowed their parents, the senior parents, to come in to watch their kid one last time. That was very nice.
I saw something where, and I don't know what, it was one school, it was a New Jersey school, so it surprised me. Like, they're allowed 1 spectator per player. And that's surprising. Like, I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
No, don't tell anybody, but that was my average attendance before COVID.
Listen, like I said, I just looked up the forecast.
That's funny.
Like I said, the forecast for down there today is going to be about 70 degrees at game time, so it'll be beautiful. I know that. I mean, of course, the weather. The one job where you don't ever have to be right and still keep your job. The weather had predicted about a week ago that it might be rain, which would have really been interesting as far as how the game would have played out. But we're looking for a beautiful night. I think a high-scoring game, like you said. I know your prediction was 31-30 Kansas City over Tampa Bay. Since we're doing our Super Bowl preview segment, I think we're going to give our predictions now.
Before we do that, we haven't touched on this. This is a home game for Tampa Bay. Does that affect anything?
Well, it's always a home game when Tom Brady's playing.
But this is in their turf, though.
This is literally a home game.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, they say sometimes home games can hurt your focus.
They can. Yeah.
You're not in the hotel with a team. You're at home. You got family obligations, tickets.
Yep.
But you do get to sleep in your own bed. It can go back and forth.
Now, there's no way that Tampa Bay stayed it wasn't staying in a hotel the last couple nights.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah,
I don't know that.
interesting stat
I don't know
I
that.
did not read.
I don't know. I didn't. I'm just. I'm
No,
just throwing
I'm
it out
pretty
there.
sure. Yeah, I was gonna say I know that they and I wasn't 100% sure on the COVID protocols for it, but I'm pretty sure they all had to remain quarantined for the game because that's why they had the barber out at the hotel and that type of thing.
Right.
But I mean, the other interesting thing too is it's going to be interesting as a sports fan. They're allowing 25,000 people in the stadium tonight, so without seeing fans in the stands for a while, it's going to be interesting. But again, if
Florida is kind of that crazy uncle of the United States of America.
it really is. Florida's never cared about COVID.
Well, they're not worried. This is the last game they got to get
Yeah,
to. They don't care if
yeah,
everybody gets COVID.
Oh man,
Right.
no, you're right. You're right.
I wonder if I'm gonna see like an intensity of, because we always see like wonderful Super Bowl commercials and stuff. I wonder if we're gonna see even more now, just because of because of the whole COVID thing and stuff like that. And I wonder who's doing the Super Bowl, who's
The
performing.
The
weekend.
weekend.
For the weekend is?
The weekend.
Oh, okay.
But also, speaking of commercials, Budweiser, they for the first year donated money. They're not doing actual advertisement for the beer, and they're doing like I forget exactly what it is, but they're putting money towards COVID, towards like thanking the frontline heroes. But they're not supposed to be doing an actual like Budweiser commercial.
And that's been one of the greatest mysteries in America to me. How Budweiser's the #1 selling beer in America. That stuff is awful.
Well, I'm a Budweiser fan and a Bud Light fan, but I mean, look, I can understand why people don't like it.
Like what, Budweiser?
Yeah.
Budweiser, you know what? Budweiser is good, ice cold, but so is most beer. but that Budweiser takes you up real quick, and you stay there.
Well,
But
then
the
also
crash though, I don't
in the
like.
morning,
Yeah,
it'll have
Right,
to
I
sit
don't.
too.
Yeah, I don't.
After, but,
Yeah, I don't like the crash.
I don't know about, you know what I mean? And that morning after is rough.
Yeah, I don't like
You
the
better
crash.
spare a few minutes
Yes.
to the porcelain god.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the first beer I was ever offered on the sneak at a family reunion, my uncle gave me a Budweiser when I was real thirsty. We had just got done playing some basketball. He didn't see my mom around. He said, "Here, Joe, try this." And I took 2 big swigs of that Budweiser. I turned green. I puked on the foul line.
Oh,
I
wow.
haven't had a Budweiser since.
Oh,
Yeah, I
man.
don't blame you.
I was gonna say, my first ever drink was amaretto. Because my father was a big amaretto drinker.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was my first drink.
How old were you?
I think I was 13 because it was the year of my bar mitzvah, and he was like, "Well, you're a man in the Jewish religion now. I'm gonna let you have your first drink." So it was amaretto.
Wow.
Amaretto.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I think my first beer actually might have been Budweiser. We were walking to the ninth grade prom, and yeah. We lived a little more risky in New York. We started some things earlier than we should have. You know what I mean?
Well, I can't believe we haven't mentioned yet Randy's broadcasting debut on the NFHS network
that's
the other
right.
week.
That is true. That is
What'd you
true.
think, Coach? Give me an honest feedback.
I thought it was actually excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Being that I've watched a lot of NFH network games, I really like the commentary. Some schools are doing it, some schools aren't. And you and John Emma had a
They got a good chemistry.
Harry
man.
Callis, Richie Ashburn kind
Oh,
of
no, stop. I might just shed tears on the Facebook. This speaking of Harry and my love for the Phillies, I was watching a replay yesterday of the 2007 final regular season game where the Phillies clinched the division against the Washington Nationals. So,
I was there.
oh,
I was
man.
there, actually.
Oh.
And Jimmy
Well,
Rollins
my
got
brother and I did the rare double. We had just come over from the last game at the Spectrum, which was a Carolina Hurricanes Philadelphia Flyers preseason game.
Oh.
We walked over to Citizens Bank Park and we saw the last 3 innings.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
oh yeah.
They
That was
turned a double play, I believe, with bases juiced in the top of the ninth.
yes, they did. Yes, they did because it was a dive up the middle by Rollins, flipped it to Utley and over to Howard.
Wow. Wow. Did they win the
Yeah,
World Series?
No,
that
they
year?
lost because the Rockies.
No.
Rockies beat
But
us.
that was a sweet year because we overtook the Mets in the last week of the season.
Okay. All right. Well, that was that's a good victory. I guess that was
Well,
like the
but that was
the World Series.
you gotta understand that was the first time back in the playoffs since '93. It was a big year for the Phillies, and then Kaz Matsui killed us with a grand slam in the wild card round.
The Colorado Rockies. I was at that game.
Yep, me too, Coach. Well, listen, Coach. Once again, before we let you go, we got to get our prediction here on the panel. I guess I brought it up first. I'll give you my prediction. I like Kansas City to win, and I like Kansas City to win 34-23. I think they're going to cover this. I think they're going to cover, and Tom is going to have to come back. You're going to see like the TB12 comeback for next season. That's my prediction.
I'm going with Tom. I'm going with Tom Brady.
Okay.
You know, and I see that as I'm going to go 28-21.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to go with that. And I think Tom comes out on top. I do think that this might be his last hurrah if he does win. If he doesn't win, he's coming back. But if he wins, then that's it for him. But I got to go with Tom. Tom is in the 40s. You know, I'm rooting for him. I'm in my 40s, so I got to root for the old heads. Mahomes still got some time to win some more chips. Right now, I want Brady to win.
He's got enough. He's got enough.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But the thing is, though, too, as a sports fan, like part of me is like, I do want to see it because
That's
just
great.
seeing that level of greatness
At
it's
that
like-
age.
yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying?
unbelievable.
Like, you know, come on.
Coach, what's your sense?
I'm
What's your thoughts?
gonna go Tampa Bay 34, Kansas City 31 on a late fourth quarter touchdown drive by Tom Brady.
To Gronkowski.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Go with the Walt Disney World, I think.
Exactly. He deserves it.
Oh, absolutely. Now listen, Coach. I told you I was going to tell you my crazy parlay before I let you go.
Please do.
So it's a $150 wager to win $4,500.
That's exciting. Let me get my pen.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Me and my buddies, it was me and two other guys, so we did $50 each.
You don't have to practice it. Go ahead. Let's go.
So,
Oh,
well, I just want to, I don't beat it. I'm not, So we got Travis Kelce to score,
Good one.
Gronk to score.
I also have that written down.
Okay, we got Mahomes to score.
All right.
Mahomes to throw for over 250 yards.
Oh, yeah, sure. Come on.
Brady to throw over 225 yards.
All right.
Tyreek Hill to get 60-plus yards receiving.
Okay.
Kelce with 50-plus yards receiving.
Got it.
Kansas City plus 7.5. And the over of 46.5.
I'll tell you what. Let me come up the road real quick. Chip in another 75. I need half of that action.
I'm just saying, it's not a terrible parlay, is it?
I think you. I just wrote down 7 winners right there.
Oh, man. From your mouth to the betting God's ears.
Hey, you know where to find me at the window.
Absolutely. Hey, Coach, once again, thank you so much for joining us. We
Appreciate
appreciate
it,
all
Coach.
Thank you,
the
Coach.
predictions, all the Super Bowl information and insiders. We look forward to having you back on the show once again.
Hey, everybody, stay safe and let's see you at the window.
All right, sounds good, Coach. I might be
right, guys, take
I might be
care.
reaching out to you on the side there for another to hedge my bet a little bit too.
Well, if you're going to hedge your bet, we're going to take the over 4 in total sacks today
Ooh.
and the million. And all that money I cost Mr. Blaze 2 weeks ago, he's going to go back and play the first turnover today to be an interception. That hits at an 84% clip.
Okay, I like that.
Okay.
Once again, Coach, thank you very much. Appreciate you joining us.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Have a great day.
All right, guys. Once
Let's
again,
give it up for Coach.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Let's give it up.
That is some insider information.
What do you call it? What is it? Lead pipe picks?
The lead pipe locks.
Yeah, lead pipe
You know,
blocks.
And then he had that. So, but once again, as I
Good
said,
guy.
we appreciate Coach being on there.
Absolutely.
If you were just joining us, you didn't catch all that segment, listen, go back and watch it. Coach had some phenomenal picks and some insider information on the Super Bowl. With that said, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have Coach Dave Allen of the Cherry Hill East Boys basketball team joining us. We'll be right back after this.